Welcome back, guys. If you're new, this is Easy Joe's. I'm Joe, and we react to GymTok weirdness and give my honest feedback. Let's do it.
You were clearly good at martial arts.
Because the martial arts that people did here is different than what I used to do, right? I used to sit there and bang my bones all day with bamboo sticks and a hammer. Like, I would hit my shins with a hammer all fucking day. All day.
Oh yeah, that well-known martial art.
Grab self-defense. This guy was a black belt.
Self-harm.
You telling me BJJ doesn't stand for bashing your own joints, jitsu?
What have I been doing then?
If you ever find yourself in a fight with this guy, just throw him some bamboo sticks and a hammer.
He'll do the work for you.
So you know my stance on alpha males. This is one of the worst ones at the moment. But when it comes to martial arts, that is actually a thing, unfortunately. Like bashing your bones with metal or something hard that's going to then give you more bone density so you can punch harder, kick harder, whatever. That is a thing. But do I believe he did it? No. Like I keep saying, these alpha males are the most insecure people on the internet.
What do we do with our feelings?
We hide them in our muscles.
And how do we hide our feelings better?
We get bigger muscles.
We get bigger muscles.
As a trader, this happens more than you realize. They might not see you, but I see them. Yeah, there's a seat for a reason. I've seen many versions of this video on TikTok. I don't agree with it. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. If I'm going to wait for the machine, I'm not staring at you, I'm not judging you. But if you tell me you've got 2 sets left, I'm going to wait. I want to make sure I'm next on that machine.
I put my balls into ice cold water for 3 minutes every single day to enhance my fertility.
I can't even tell at this point if these TikToks are joking or are serious, because that's how ridiculous these health claims are. Sam's dying over here.
The quality of your sperm and your fertility depends on the health of your entire body. And your testicles is what produces your testosterone and your sperm. They are meant to be cool.
They're not meant to be frozen. They're meant to be a few degrees cooler than body temperature.
Increases T, more swimmers, faster swimmers, better looking swimmers, and overall improved fertility.
Olympic performance gains. So we went from hot tubs, cold plunges, tanning testicles, freezing testicles. What's next? Kicking?
Better looking swimmers. I don't know what he means. And what's this obsession with ice these days?
We need to bring back shame.
What is she doing?
We need to bring it back. Because people get too comfortable. Because what do you mean I could be at the gym and someone just takes off their top? This is giving gym after 6 p.m. activities.
Disgusting.
Shit. 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 Shit.
What's he doing? This ain't cute or funny, it's just... Obviously she's involved, but she could actually get injured doing this. Nah, that's not on. If your trainer does this, get a new trainer. What the f*** is that?
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know?
I've seen so many of these as well. Like, why do we care so much about other people's opinion? I've not stepped on a machine after someone and judged them for what weight they left it on. For all I know, they could have been doing a burn set, or they could be working a higher rep range than me, or they could just be coming back from an injury. It ain't that serious.
Today we arrested the final boss of ego lifting. Let's take a look at his workout session. He started with seated cable rows, but failed to even move the weight and just proceeded to rock up and down. What exactly was he trying to achieve? Then he tried to disguise himself by quickly changing his outfit, but our officers aren't fooled that easily. They followed him to the crime scene where he did some isometric deadlifts with multiple belts while hoarding all the 45-pound plates. He also seems to be standing on 25-pound plates, and does this mean he was trying to do a deficit deadlift? Then he goes to the dumbbell rack and does some full body swings. Obviously uses a ton of momentum, and I'll personally make sure that he gets charged with the first degree of ego lifting. He then tries to hide his identity by changing clothes again, jumps onto the lying hamstring curl machine, adds extra plates to the original weight stack, and cancels out that addition with resistance bands. Please make it make sense. Finally, it's time for charges. First degree ego lifting, range of motion evasion, unlawful momentum use, self-endangerment, plate hoarding, unnecessary use of multiple belts, and gym tomfoolery. What do you think his sentence should be?
Adding extra weight and then putting bands on to cancel out that weight. I almost respect him at this point. He trains so ridiculously and he's made a career out of it and people follow him. Obviously he gets a lot of hate, but he don't seem to care. So I almost respect it. But the way he trains, please do not train like this.
In my mind, if you do a set where every rep is absolutely perfect, you're never going to train to failure. Because it's just, think about it. If I curl a 20-pound dumbbell 10 times in a fucking row, totally up here, down, totally up here, down, and the last rep looks exactly like the first one, I will admit I'm going to get pumped. I'm going to be fatigued at the end of a workout that's just like that. But I never really hit legit failure. I know that if I get to the point where I can only do partials, that means I'm taking my lats and my back and just kind of my whole pulling system as far as I can physically. And in my mind, of the two extremes of training intensity, one being like a bullshit set, like if I put the weight pin at 50 pounds, sat here for 10 reps, I can tell you I'm squeezing it as hard as I want, but I'm never going to actually hit failure like that. And on the other side of the spectrum of intensity, you do some reps to the point where you physically can't move. And I think leaning towards that side, it's going to be better.
Now, I agree with him. What he's saying is right. Like you can't expect your last rep to look exactly the same as your first if you're trying to hit failure. And that's correct with stuff like pull downs. Like he said, if he's failing, he's going to start doing partials. The form is going to slightly change. But the lengthened partial is going to be way better to hit failure than full on swinging. So the rep doesn't necessarily have to look different. It's just not going to be the same range. And in exercise like bicep curls, especially like isolated bicep curls, like incline, leaning back, I can't possibly swing, right? So the form can stay the same. But like I've always said, you need to start in good form. When you fall out of that good form, you need to be aware of why. I'm falling out of it so I can get extra couple of negatives through swinging the weight up, coming down slow, or I'm looking at lengthened partials and get the most out of that. And then once you notice yourself rocking too much, you leave it there. You've gained a lot of weight, and it's the medication that's caused extreme weight gain. Have you tried eating healthy? Obviously not. That's offensive. It's caused by the medication, not what I eat. But eating does as well. You could eat lettuce and still gain weight. No, you cannot.
So this is the problem when you talk to people of the average population about weight loss, weight gain, because statements like this show how out of touch with reality they actually are. If you could eat just lettuce and gain weight, do it. I would love to see it, because this is what it actually would be like. Let's see how much lettuce you would have to eat in order to make this happen. A pound of lettuce, 82 calories. 2 pounds of lettuce, 163 calories. 3 pounds of lettuce, 245. Let's see how extreme we can get though. Like, what would it actually take to put on weight with lettuce? We've got 12 pounds of lettuce here for under 1,000 calories. 15 pounds of lettuce for 1,200 calories. Like, we are getting to some ludicrous numbers here. The problem is this: they heard somewhere that weight gain was a side effect of medication. And so they legitimately believe that it will just cause you to gain weight regardless of what you eat. This is literally impossible. And I'm going to include a ton of literature down below to help you understand this, but to put it very, very simply, your body requires energy just to maintain its mass. And if medication was able to make it so that that was not the case, guess what? We would love these medications because they would solve world hunger, but they don't. TNFO.
I'm not disputing the side effects of some medication. It's obviously a thing, but it's not an excuse to just let go. Like he's just showed you, if you ate healthy, you would still lose weight on this medication. But people don't want to. They want to use it as an excuse. Doing a crunch at that angle does nothing. And is he holding that weight up whilst doing it? He is. I'm gonna make it real easy. If you want a strong core, you lift heavy with free weights, squats, overhead presses, deadlifts, that kind of thing to build a strong core. And if you want good looking abs, the six pack, you need a good diet. You need to lean out.
What's your worst injury?
Worst injury would probably be my hamstring, because I was stubborn at the time when it happened, and I re-injured it 3 times in the same year.
Okay.
I've had many injuries, almost every body part I've torn multiple times. But this is the only one where you can clearly see.
Okay, so it hasn't like healed probably. But honestly, it looks amazing, bro. So.
Thank you.
I want to do this. The same thing.
I can tell you how to do it. Just go out and lift an Atlas stone in the cold rain of UK, and you'll tear it.
I'll try that.
We all want to lift as heavy as we can, and we all want to build as much muscle as we can. But when we start teasing with too much weight, that's when things start getting a bit complicated. So let's look at subject A that lifts 99% of their max and reaches failure there, or someone that goes 101% even, right? So just a little bit too much. If you look at a year, subject B is risking injury so much that potentially 6 months, 3 months, or even a couple week injury is going to lower your gains for that year. Whereas someone that's just staying within their means for in a year, staying consistent, because obviously consistency is the way to build muscle. So when we start risking consistency with lifting too heavy, that's where the problems start getting in.
So you don't feel like going to the fucking gym today? Papa Swolio's got your back. The best pre-workout in the game. Take 2 scoops of shut the fuck up and get off your ass and go to the fucking gym.
You heard him. Get in the gym, but lift within your means. Stay safe and keep building muscle. Let's not get injured. Thank you guys. Anyone that's made it this far, I appreciate you. And if you look in the description, there's a free no BS muscle building guide. It's got simplified sections for beginners and all the information you need, science-backed information. Check it out. It's completely free. Also, please subscribe. That is also free. It would help me out a lot. But that's it for today. Thank you guys. Take it easy.
Before I fall to the system, I'm gonna try and do good with my gifting and pray to the Lord for some wisdom. Pray. Hopefully someone will listen. Amen.